Hello, mate.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, doing well, doing well.
What episode are we on?
16.
16.
Kids are going back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? Mish is going to miss him.
Really?
They've had a really nice 6 weeks.
Oh.
And she's I think she's feeling a little bit lost at the idea of him going back. Dreading tomorrow morning.
It's going to be a transition for the parents.
Yeah. Honestly, I think a lot of parents understandably are going to be going, oh, fuck. But Mish, she's she's going to lose a body part.
Oh, man.
He's had a real good week.
We've got Lydia's first ever day at school tomorrow, which in itself is exciting, but like Selena and I have been talking about it, there's so much kind of anxiety and trepidation for it because we don't know how she's going to react. We literally have to drop her off and then disappear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be an emotional day tomorrow, I think.
You're both dropping her
We're
off?
going to both drop her off, yeah, and we're going to both collect her. And we're going to have our phones on loud for the rest of the day.
Have you thought about how you're going to like the drop off? Is it going to be? Are you just going to?
I think it's just going to be a drive. No, just a drive by.
Drive by, throw out,
drive
slow
by.
down to maybe 5 miles an hour.
Maybe, possibly, yeah, possibly.
Push her out and go.
See what sort of night we have. No, but I think we probably similar with Thomas at the time. We just have to drop her off at the main reception, and obviously we can't go into the school.
No,
a specialist school doesn't want loads of parents just running through it and getting emotional with the kids.
Yeah, they've got enough emotion.
I think so. So I'll let you know next week how we get on.
Mate, I'm going to be asking you tomorrow night.
Yeah. You'll probably see some posts which might give an indication as to how it went. But yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well. We know it's going to be probably a tough first term. I don't know. Maybe a couple of weeks could be a whole term, but it's going to be a big change for her.
I think for Thomas, he gets the bus. So because we live quite rural, he gets the bus at like 7:20 in the morning. But he really loves the drive because he looks at all the road signs and stuff. He's had a bit of a roller coaster with school.
Yeah.
Like at first, it was very much like, "What the fuck is this? Why am I here?" And we have no way of communicating it to him. Some days he's legging it to the bus.
Yeah.
Other days he's like kicking and screaming to the bus. One thing I have found though is on those days where he's kicking and screaming, we've just got him on the bus.
Yeah, regardless.
Because now on those days where you can tell he doesn't want to go, he doesn't even bother kicking off.
Yeah, he knows.
He's learned autistic or not. People can be a little bit overly soft on autistic children because they're disabled. They still know, and they still very quickly learn. If mum and dad say it's happening and then they make it happen, that's usually the modus operandi. That's normally what they carry on doing. So,
has he got any indication that school starts to? I know you've got the now and then board, but I guess that gets updated in the morning. So, is he going to wake up in the morning, look at the board, and go, "Holy shit!
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen this for 6 weeks. I'm back in school."
That's it. That's totally it. So he'll come down the stairs. So we've got the stairs kind of go round like a bit of a U bend. On Saturday mornings, because he's like, I'm pretty sure yesterday was Friday. But then on a Saturday morning, he'd come down the stairs and he'd look at the whiteboard and then see that the bus wasn't there on the picture. So he'd be like, great, weekend. But having had 6 weeks off, he has no idea what the weekends and the weekdays all blurring together. So tomorrow morning, I suspect he's not going to creep down those stairs. He's just going to come down.
Yeah.
He's just going to run down the stairs and just be hit with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning, and I'm giving my niece a lift to college, and she has to be in town by 7:00. So I won't be there for it either. Ooh. So Mish is doing it solo.
Hopefully it goes well.
Hopefully. I mean, he might go, oh my God, I haven't been to school in ages.
Amazing.
But he might go. Yeah. Assholes, you absolute bastards.
I've got to do this again.
Yeah. So he'll get back into the swing of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's we shall see.
Yeah.
Same for it. I mean, God, so for Lydia, she'll have zero concept of going to school. You guys are literally just going to be taking her for a drive, and usually early in the morning, I'd imagine, for her. Or does she sometimes go to childminder at that time?
Well, the problem is, she was with the childminder, Sue, up until kind of start of August, and then the childminder had a 3-week break, which is she absolutely deserves it. But that obviously deregulated Lydia quite badly. So I sent an email to Sevendale today just to kind of say that since she stopped going to the childminder, we've noticed over the last couple of weeks she's got more anxious.
Right.
She's now like her favourite places were the splash park, going to home farm, looking at the animals, those sort of things there now. But she just, when we took her last time to the splash park, because there were other kids there.
Oh, I remember you said about this.
Yeah, she just like wouldn't even entertain going into the water section and playing. She just made a beeline for the exit.
Was that because there were so many other kids there? Was she overwhelmed by that?
Yeah,
or?
I think she was overwhelmed by it. And then home farm, again, wide open space, not as busy. Get anxious, didn't want to interact, kind of almost forced to, then reluctantly gave in. We took a week and a half ago back into town, but we said we aren't going to go to the splash park. We'll kind of walk around it. We grabbed a coffee, and it's even now we've noticed things like if she hears a baby crying, it sets her off.
Wow.
So we thought that we had missed out on this kind of anxious thing about kind of spaces and lots of people, because she never shown any signs of it previously. And then over the last 3 weeks, it's just come on, not slowly, but just bang, there you go.
Yeah,
have this now.
Just from what little I've seen of her, she seems very much a free spirit.
Yeah, absolutely, free spirit. No,
doesn't give a shit about anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that, we were like, oh, that's amazing. At least we've got that about her. But then, like the last couple of weeks, it's just. But we don't know whether that's just because hasn't got a system in place, or you know, like a set pattern. At the moment, is it because she wasn't with the childminder? I'm trying to think back to last year, and I think when we started taking her back to Sue's, we had probably about 2 weeks where she got really anxious on the drive to her house, and she would like not want to get out of the car. Then a couple of days later she'd get out of the car, but then wouldn't want to walk anywhere. Then she'd have a little kind of paddy on the driveway and just sit down, not want to go through the gate. So we don't know whether it's just she needs to get back into that kind of pattern. So yeah, I've made the school aware, just sent them an email this morning saying, guess what, there's something else you need to know about now. And they're like, yeah, we'll add it to the list.
Did you get a response?
Yeah, straight away. Yeah, straight away, which is great. So
that's good. And I mean, and they've seen it all. And it's funny because like we did it. We went to the school and we were like, we need to let them know about this thing that Thomas is doing. And you forget you're talking to a school and professionals that deal with 10 times worse stuff on a daily basis.
I don't think there's anything they haven't seen.
No, exactly. If there is, it's going to be pretty fucking amazing because they have seen so much and they do see so much every day. And Lydia, she will, even if she struggles to start with, she'll certainly get some kind of exposure to screaming, shouting, other kids being little dickheads. You know, Thomas was
I'm sure she'll be a little
exactly.
as well to other kids. But
Thomas got bit a few times when he was there.
Is that just the teachers?
They've just had enough of them.
Some of that.
So I mean, by the time this comes out, this will come out Thursday night. So guys,
she'll have completed 2 days. So
guys, when you listen to this, get in the comments and let us know how your week's been.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know
how your kids have got on, if they're there if it's their first day.
Yeah, how much wine you've had to drink.
Yeah. If they're in mainstream as well, and like how that's gone. You know,
absolutely.
Because obviously there's some struggles. There's some struggles there when your kids apparently aren't severe enough to get into a specialist setting and they're going in mainstream. You know, let us know how they're getting on, because there's a lot of masking that goes on that then suddenly they unmask when they get home. Yeah, boys and girls. Yeah. So you put a post out today, mate? Yeah, we
put a post out. Just 2 of us today, so we thought we'd do one of those Q&A sessions. So yeah, we've got some questions. We'll go into them and give our viewpoints on them and see what.
I've had a glance at some.
Yeah.
Far away. These came as comments and messages as well.
Yeah, there's a few. So we've got some in the comments, and as we've said, these sort of things, some people would rather direct message us, which is absolutely fine. We still get them. So spot on. So first question: how do you react to members of the public trying to talk to your non-verbal child? Do you explain or do you hurry away?
Do you know what? Right, that is weirdly one of the things that I struggle with the most. That I feel yeah, I think it's because of the assumption of an ability to speak. So I feel really awkward with that question. Yeah. It's funny. Like, if anyone's being a dick, I'm like, let's go. Yeah. But if someone genuinely just goes, hello, how are you? And then they're confused when they're not getting a response. Yeah, I struggle with that a little bit. Yeah. I think I did it the other day me and Thomas went to a shop, a rural shop in Bishop's Castle, and he was walking around in there doing his thing. He just likes the freedom of walking around the shop now. So now it's less about picking sweets out and more about just being able to walk around the shop and explore. And he's walking around whistling because it's just one of the things he does. He's 6 and he whistles. And this lady was like, "Hello, little man. Was that you doing that whistling?" And he just completely blanked her. And she was like, "Look." Then she looks at me like, "Is your son rude?" But, yeah, you could tell she wasn't assuming he was, but she was looking at me like, "What's going on here?" Like,
I'm not used to this sort of interaction.
Do I either want to tell him off for being rude or explain why he's not talking to me?
Yeah.
And I said he's quite profoundly autistic, and she went, "Oh," and I was like, "Do you know what? That makes me want to punch you in the face." But no, she was lovely. She was, and I said, "Yeah, he's quite profoundly autistic, and whistling is one of these things that he's picked up." Because
people don't expect you to turn around and go, "It's this," and then they're
exactly.
like, "I've opened a box I shouldn't have."
Oh,
yeah.
So
dear.
yeah, I got that, and but at the same time, she kind of followed it up with how amazing it is that he could whistle so well.
Oh, it's a good skill, isn't it?
It's a hell of a skill.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's an interesting one. I think nowadays, I really don't give a shit. I just say Lydia's non-verbal.
Yeah.
She's autistic. She can't speak.
Yeah.
And I'm very matter of fact, I think, about it. Earlier on, I'd probably say things like, "Unfortunately, she can't speak," just to kind of lessen like the effect, because I'd be worrying about how the other person felt with the news that they've probably made themselves look like a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Or come across and stuff like that. So I'm just very much, it is what it is. She's non-verbal. She's autistic.
Because if somebody was deaf, for example, right? If someone was deaf, I think there'd be less. Oh, are they deaf? Because I don't know why I think that, but I think that if somebody's deaf, it's like, oh right, okay, wow, okay. So do they sign? You know what I mean? But with autism, there was just
it's the unknown, though, isn't it? Autism, like if you're deaf, if you're blind, or you have a limb missing, it's very black and white, isn't it? It's like, okay, I can comprehend that now, and I can adjust my conversation or my thought process.
Yeah.
When you say someone's autistic, it's like, Jesus Christ, where? What? How do I fix this? It's like,
there's no pity towards someone that's blind or deaf, though.
No, it's bizarre, isn't it? It's like autism's like one of those Dulux color cards, isn't it? You're like, you look for grey, and then there's about 15 different names for it, and you're like, fucking hell, which one is it? Which one is it?
That's a great analogy for autism. We talk about the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I love that.
It's elephant grey. It's pale grey.
Yeah, that's really good.
But it's like that because they're going. I've heard of autism.
Yeah.
I probably know, like, my neighbour's daughter's son's autistic. And they're trying to rack their brains about what it actually means. But
I'm stealing that.
Yeah, have it.
I'm stealing it. You know those, because when I was painter and decorator, we'd have those charts.
Yeah, well, it is.
You could be like, well, for example, that colour there is Aidan.
Yeah.
That colour, just a slightly different shade, is Lydia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a post up on it, and it'll probably go viral.
Probably will. Probably will.
But no, it's a really good one because it makes you think, doesn't it? Like, and then I try and think maybe what I would have been like if I'd said hello to a kid and the parents go, "Oh, they're autistic." I would have probably gone, "Don't pull the face, don't put the sad bitty face." Or
I wonder what internally I'd be doing.
I'd be like, I'd probably wishing I never opened my mouth.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because it's the assumption it'd be like waving at a blind person, for example.
Yeah.
It'd be like, they're blind. Oh
Yeah.
shit, fuck. I do wonder how I'd react, but I'd probably be like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
Just
I mean,
myself.
I've also had people where I think we had a tradesman come in once. He was giving a quote, and he goes, he obviously saw Lydia, and he's being friendly. "Oh, hi, how are you?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, she's doing well, mate. She's autistic and non-verbal, so she can't speak." He was like, "Oh, really sorry to hear that." And he just carried on and goes, "So how's your day been?" I was like, fucking hell, she can't speak and you can't fucking hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mixed bag, but I just take it on the chin now and just roll with it.
I think that's a lot of people do that. Is medical professionals do.
Yeah.
It.
But you've mentioned this in the past.
Yeah, they'll like say, "Hello, Thomas. Hello, how are you?" "Oh, did you read his notes? He's autistic and non-verbal." "Oh, yes, I did read them." "Okay, so hey, Thomas, so would you like to play with this?" And I'm like, What's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good question. The reason I like that question is because it's actually very much a day-to-day. It's not a hard, impactful, how do you deal with meltdowns? It's just that little subtle, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Because we all have to deal with it. And
Yeah,
it's,
we all
and
have
it's
to deal
something
with
that
it.
doesn't come with any malice from anyone.
And there's some days like some days you'll be absolutely rocking and it won't phase you, but then you can have a couple of
It'll
bad
be like the
days in a
straw that
row,
broke the camel's back.
and it
Yeah,
could just be like,
Yeah.
I've had a really bad day, and this is just the icing on the cake, and you kind of take it to heart a bit more. But it's the same with anything in life, isn't it? Really. So what's the next one?
You've got them all there.
How do you all plan to navigate your autistic child's education with or without an EHCP?
Okay, so we have got EHCPs. Honestly, navigating it, I'm very much putting a lot of trust in the EHCP and that gets fulfilled to the best of everybody's ability, which again, I mean, their ability is kind of limited by the funding they get as well.
Yeah. I mean, and I think we've said this many times, like Lydia starts the same school that Thomas is in tomorrow. With them being profoundly, severely autistic, we're probably in a better position because they are in a specialist school, and it's very unlikely that they're going to get kicked out of there and put into a mainstream if they're already in a specialist school. So they will follow the EHCP, they'll follow the staff and the therapies there and all the team that are trained to deal with these sort of children. So we're in a very fortunate position, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah.
But with other kids, like you mentioned, kids that are going to be in mainstream school with EHCPs, I don't know what the future holds with that. Ours is, touch wood, straightforward.
Straightforward. It's quite simple.
It still have its all challenges.
Of course it does. That's what the swings and roundabouts with it is that our children are going to be with us until the day we die because they're that profound. But on the flip side, the positive to that is that as far as education is concerned, they're so profound.
They need it. They need it, basically.
They're going to get it all.
Yeah.
As difficult as it is having a child with the needs that Thomas and Lydia have, having one of these children that doesn't quite hit the threshold for getting into a specialist, I cannot fathom how difficult it is for those parents. And we hear a lot of them coming through with messages and stuff like, I can't even grasp how hard that is.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
The lack of support.
So for us, it's easier to navigate the education for our autistic children, but
without an EHCP,
I think you're
fucked. Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Which is why we've said previously in the past, if you have any inclination that your child's got autistic traits or if it's playing in your back of your mind, just get the ball rolling straight away. And you don't need a diagnosis to start the EHC process and have one. So remember that you as a parent or carer can start that process straight away. You don't need the school's permission to apply for it. I know a few people have mentioned, well, we were just waiting for the school to come back to us, and they don't think they need one, so they're not going to get the application in. It's not for them to put the application in. It's you as a parent carer, get the application in, start the process, and it may come back and it may kind of alleviate your worries and everything great, or it may give you a path that you can follow, and I just get it started. Yeah,
and obviously with the support of the school and having a diagnosis, it obviously makes it easier. But get cracking.
Yeah, get cracking.
Get straight cracking. Away. May as well start.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I mean, is it 3 or 4 for a diagnosis now? I think it's
Lydia was 4,
but I think it's 3.
I think she would have had it when she was 3, but backlogs.
Yeah, so the idea of having to wait till they're 3 years old to start to get the ball rolling, go for it.
But then, because we got it started earlier, and she was diagnosed just after she turned 4, it meant we got her started at school at the right age. So she's going straight into year 1 at a specialist school.
Yeah.
Rather than if we started 12 months later, she could have been mainstream. And then we're in that tricky position of going, no, we need to try and get her into a specialist school.
Yeah.
And then we have all the issues with the LA. And then we could have, various things such as tribunals at the end of it.
And other kids that get in before you because there are only a certain amount of spaces.
Absolutely. So get it started ASAP.
Yeah.
Do you think it's harder for dads to come to terms with the idea that their child or children are neurodivergent?
Go on, you start.
No.
I've just started the last two. You don't think it's harder?
No, well, I can only speak from personal experience.
Mm.
For me, no. I think, I've said it previously, it was me that kind of raised the alarm to Selena. Obviously, she was seeing things at the same time, but I think it was me that's going, this ain't right. There's something not right here. And just kind of, we need to start pulling on this thread a little bit.
Yeah.
And looking at it. Along the process, yeah, it became tougher. But I think like spotting it, yeah, I was fine doing that. I think along the process, yeah, I've mentioned kind of, thinking, oh, is she deaf? Hanging on to that. Days where I just thought, oh, she might just be delayed. She could just be a bit slow. She'll catch up. But yeah, the reality of it all just comes tumbling down. Yeah. Eventually, and you realise that it is what it is. But yeah, I think...
I don't think there's anything about being a man or a dad that makes it harder. Or at least I can't identify what it is. But most men do lag behind.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, there's and I've seen this in a few dads, and if any of you are like this, like, get a grip. There's this, especially with boys, when they wanted a certain kind of boy, whether that was a, rough and tumble, bit of a nutter, football, all that stuff that they wanted. When none of those things come into play, I feel a lot of dads are just like, no, it'll be fine, because they're just really hoping that they're going to get. But
it's kind of pushing it to one side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, don't want to face it just yet.
I'm going to get the boy I want to. He'll come.
We'll take him fishing and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we'll teach him that. He'll come down to the game with me every Saturday and all this sort of stuff. And
I was, I definitely wasn't the first one. Like you, I definitely wasn't the first one to notice it. I thought that all the weird things he was doing were cool. I was like, hey, look at him.
Yeah,
look at that. That's brilliant. What he's just doing there, and he was hitting all of his milestones. So that didn't help in that I saw the milestones being hit, and I was like, see, he's fine. But it was just, I think it was very subconscious for me. Mish, I've said it a million times before. She sent me that video. Just sent me the video, no context. Just sent me the video of him sitting there happy in his high chair, flapping. And that was just a bit like the straw that broke the camel's back. That was like, I just broke down. So something in me must have known.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have just been a video of him flapping that made me realise.
Yeah. I get that. When Lydia started flapping, it was like, it is.
Yeah.
It is. When I saw her hands going, when I saw like bringing every object really close to her eye, like that, I was like, these are the signs, aren't they? Then you throw in a bit of stimming.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's fucking autism.
And I knew nothing about autism.
No, I knew,
but I knew enough to see the flapping and be like,
I recognize
that's not normal.
I recognize the signs. I think that's what it was. It was not like, oh, it's 100% autism. It's like, these aren't what I would expect from a child.
Yeah.
These are vastly different, aren't they? There's something going on here. And then just looking at all the videos and everything else like that, research, and as soon as you start seeing other YouTube videos of parents going, hey, this is my autistic kid, and you're like, oh no, this is it. And you know what? I think one of my biggest fears, again, it's weird because I didn't know too much about like the intricacies of autism, like this.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how
like you do now
severe it can be. I just remember like when Selena was pregnant, there was a part of me going, please make sure she's healthy in the sense that she's physically fine. I just remember that like one day I was like, please make sure she's not autistic.
Yeah.
With learning difficulties and all that sort of thing. And lo and behold.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your card.
Yeah.
So we just have to get on with it, don't we?
Yeah. But yeah, the accepting it. Yeah. I think men are, generally speaking, quite shit compared to women. But I do also think that women have a sixth sense with stuff.
Yeah, and is it because, again, we're not trying to be sexist, but it's just the fact of day-to-day life in a lot of families is that a lot of mums will kind of work reduced hours or spend more time with the little one. You've got your maternity leave and everything else like that. We get our 2 weeks and then we fuck off back to work. And, so is it that because we come back from work, we see a snapshot of it, and they're living it day in, day out.
Yeah, it could
then
be.
we get the weekends, and we're like, something's not quite all right. It's Monday tomorrow. I'm going back to work.
Yeah. It could be that.
And put it out. One thing we have noticed is that from speaking to various dads on the podcast and the messages that we've had, because we've literally had hundreds of messages, is once the dads accept it and get on board, boom, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine in the sense of, right, we can deal with this now.
Yeah.
I accept it. It's just once they go, right, shit, it is that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bollocks. Right, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
And probably about 90% of like dads are probably like that. We do get some mums come up to us and say, oh, the dad's pissed off when they found out it was, autism, now a single parent and everything else like that, which is really unfortunate. But I think that probably says more about that individual's character, regardless of their child was
100%.
autistic. I think that's just like
an
excuse, isn't it?
Even if you had a typical kid, he was going to be a pretty shit dad.
Yeah. And, that's probably the case. But I think a lot of the dads, when they realise, this is what I've got to deal with.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We get on with it, don't we?
Yeah.
We get on with it. We team up, we double up, and we make the best of it.
Yeah.
And we see what the future holds.
Yeah. We shall see what the future holds.
Yeah.
None of us fucking know.
No, we don't, do we? How do you navigate the types of therapy, or what is the optimal number of hours per week? Well, that's quite specific.
Ooh.
Do you ever feel like you're not doing enough therapy, or conversely worried about autistic burnout? I think there's a lot to unpack in that.
Okay.
So first bit, how do you navigate the types of therapy?
Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I just kind of roll with it. So whatever Thomas is doing, the therapy that follows is based on him. Yeah. So if all of a sudden he looks like he might be a Gestalt learner, we just pivot. And then if he isn't, then okay, fine.
It's fluid, isn't it?
Yeah, very fluid, very dynamic. Don't put too much pressure on yourself because, like you say, it's so fluid. You can't. Yeah. I don't think you should be going, we need to try this, we need to try this, we need to try this. Just go at your kid's pace.
Yeah.
That's what we've done, and he's flying.
Yeah, I think you'll kind of work out there. And again, kids being in a specialist school, they'll probably direct us a little bit as well.
Yeah.
In what's working and what isn't working.
Yeah, because essentially for in the school, they're spending all that time with your kid. They want the best for your kid as well because it makes their lives easier.
Yeah. And I get it. I get this question because I think earlier on, Selena and myself, we were like, we're not getting anything from like the NHS and so forth, all the other things like that. It's once every 5 months.
Yeah.
And it's a half an hour appointment. And it's like, here's some sheets, go home and do that. Here's a YouTube video, go and watch that. And you're like, I just want someone to do it.
Yeah.
It's all very, just hold our hand and direct us. So I think we ended up going private, spending money on stuff. And it turns out like they were trying to push her to do stuff a lot quicker than what Sue, our childminder, was saying like Lydia's ready for.
Yeah.
So we're like, no, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that now. And then we'd pay the money. And then like Sue comes back to us going, no, that's she can't cope. That's far too quick. And I think you again, we've talked about it before, all the kind of snake oil salesmen and everything. I'm not including therapists and people like that. And I'm saying is like, as a autistic parent, you're just like, I will throw money at anything.
Yeah.
And anything and everything that
and it feels like there's always
help.
like a deadline.
Yeah,
I've got to do this thing now because if I don't, he's lost forever.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone, isn't he?
It always feels like you've got to hit these deadlines.
And that just puts pressure.
Totally, and on you and the kid.
Yeah,
but the kid will kind of let you know.
Yeah,
as long as you're always pushing them, in a sense, you put a little bit of pressure behind them, testing new things out to see what they catch, what catches and what doesn't. Like, if you just rest on your laurels and just expect your kid to be the best they could be, they won't. Yeah. But I do think you need to be behind them a little bit, just put a little bit of pressure.
And like, the second part of the question was, like, is there an optimal number of hours per week? And I think we kind of mentioned it there.
Again, that's...
I don't say there must be, like, 8 hours a week or anything like that. I think you're just going to make a rod for your own back. Because when your kid goes, this week, I'm only going to engage for 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Not 8 hours.
Yeah.
You then try and force it.
Yeah.
Your kid's not interacting, you get really upset because you start thinking, oh, they're never going to achieve anything. You then get worked up because, like, you've invested this and you want them to succeed and they're just not playing ball.
Yeah.
I think you're just really kind of setting yourself up for a fail there and to upset yourself.
100%. If there is an optimal amount of hours,
and
we ain't fucking doing it because it's not something we're tracking. We're just rolling with it.
We know of, like, Lydia's attention span. Sometimes we celebrate if we get 5 minutes of her like sat down engaging with something.
Yeah.
We go, right, 5 minutes, brilliant, done.
Yeah.
Go off, do your thing now.
Yeah.
And I think you've mentioned it with Thomas, like you'll do something with him, and we do the same with Lydia, and you think, oh, that hasn't sunk in, has it? That's been a bit of a fail. And then all of a sudden, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, they go, oh yeah, I've just processed that. I can do that now. Bang, bang, bang. And you're like, ah. So it's like they'll pick stuff up, but not every kid's the same, and don't really kind of put pressure on yourself to do that. Do you ever feel like you're not doing enough therapy, or conversely worried about autistic burnout? I think they're just
no. And whoever that is, it's saying, I might be wrong. I'm only hearing it through you reading it. It sounds like you might be putting some pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
don't.
Chill. It's okay.
Yeah.
Go at your kid's pace. Your kid will let you know.
100% they'll let you know.
They'll let you know.
Yeah.
Just give them opportunities to learn things.
Yeah.
And you might.
You might neurodiversity, one of the things there, just don't make it rigid.
No.
I know we say we need stability and everything else like that, but in this sense, I think you don't make it hard on yourself.
No.
If 1 week you can get an hour, following week you get a couple of hours, brilliant. Yeah. But go in there with a very open mind and be prepared to close the book and just walk away if it's not working.
100%. No, I love that.
Is what I would say there. Here's a good one. I'd love to hear more on your guys' thoughts on screen time.
I think it's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's only in my personal experience because Thomas, admittedly, early on, it was like the only thing he enjoyed.
Yeah.
So we just let him.
I understand that, yeah.
We just let him because he wasn't engaging with us. But through that enjoyment, he's learned to count to 100 and more if he had more numbers to play with, but he doesn't. He's spelling, he's understanding words and what they mean. Like, it is 100% screen time, and admittedly, a lot of it has been the biggest thing that's helped him learn.
Yeah. I think there's that, it's a very, not like old fashioned, but it's a thing that we were brought up with, don't stare at the screen too much. It will rot your brain. Computer games will rot your brain.
Yeah.
What did my dad used to say? Like you'll get square eyes and all this sort of things. Do you remember those sort of phrases there? You'll get square eyes, and go out there and do stuff, which is fine. But again, it's different with neurodiverse kids and autistic kids, isn't it? If kind of all the things that we were told to go out and do, like go play with your friends, go out there and enjoy yourself and get your imagination working.
Yep.
Lydia's got no imaginative play, so that's not going to work.
No.
But then if something like watching CBeebies, or I've mentioned Hey Dougie in the past, and when she was a lot younger, Hey Bear, with all those fruit and veg that go around the screen, and that would get her interested. She's obviously picking something up from it, and it has helped us as parents as well when we were kind of our wits' end.
Yeah.
We've just gone, do you know what, that'll calm her down.
Yeah.
And regulate her. But like with you, and you mentioned it, I think when Sean was here, it's like screen time, but also put subtitles on.
Yeah, he's reading the subtitles.
Yeah, so it's like you can't sit down with him. Like I can't sit down with Lydia and go, let's go read a book together, because her attention span is like, I'll sit down, I'll let you open a couple of pages, and I'm off the bed, off the sofa, I'm doing my own thing again. But like with Thomas, he's like looking at the screen, and he's seeing these letters and words come up on the.
And that's transitioned. It's transitioned to now. If you've got a book, or even if it is a screen, he will then get you. He'll hold your finger, and he'll point your finger at the words, and he wants you to say the words. So it has created a level of engagement where he'll now do that with books, and he likes you to. He's enjoying learning. You can say the words, and he likes hearing you say it. And then obviously that's now transitioned into him spelling, with his magnetic letters. And you can always tell sometimes he's trying to spell something that just seems a little bit off. And we're sitting there thinking, like, what is he trying to spell here? And he's only like one letter off. We think he might be dyslexic as well, because he's just the way he's got, like, he jumbles them up a little bit. But the idea that, I mean, I've just said that, and that's kind of blown me away. The idea that I've just said, I think my autistic 6-year-old might be dyslexic. I never thought that would leave my mouth, because the idea of even finding out he might be dyslexic because he's not spelling words correctly. Like, he's fucking spelling words. I'm just saying it then. I was like, oh my God, that's a bit mental. It's just, things that you never think you're going to say. But yeah, like you said, if we were talking about a typical kid in screen time, I'd be like, yeah, it should be limited, 100%. I think of my lad Aidan, love you. He lives on his PC, gaming, phone, lives on it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't go out and play like I used to go out and play Manhunt. Like there's probably like 20 of us, like 20 kids, and you'd split up and you'd just go into teams, and half you would just go run and hide in a pretty big radius, pretty big area, and then the other half just have to go and fucking find you.
Yeah.
It was mint. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And you do it until it was nearly black, like dark outside.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish he had those experiences. But when I try and get him to, he's like, but all my mates are on the other side of the computer playing. Like, if they don't want to go out, I could go out, Dad, but I'll be on my own. So
this
is their social life.
It's different now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's different, but no, it's I like that. I mean, again, it's one of those pressures, isn't it? There's so many exterior pressures from when you're trying to get your head around having an autistic kid. They kind of feed into it, but you've just got to learn to filter what is actually going to work in your reality compared to other people's, really, isn't it? Because it's vastly different. So that's a good one. My question is, what would you like to see put in place, or what changes would you make personally to the SEND school system?
Honestly, mate, I can't think of anything.
I don't know. I've only just started the journey.
Yeah, you'll come up with something pretty quick, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
you'll spot something. I'm just like woo, everything's great, but you'll be like, that needs sorting.
I need to get on the governors. No, I
think they're looking for one, actually.
Oh, are they? Oh, like I haven't got enough on my plate. It's. I don't know. I mean, we had Jessie on a few weeks ago, didn't she? She had some great ideas about kind of, schools teaching a very kind of, way in just to get kids to pass exams. Let's get them just enough education to perform, so they can go out there and work. That side of things there. Where she was like, we should have kind of schools for people that are ADHD, people that are autistic, people that are dyslexic, people that have other kind of neurodiversity traits, and allow them to learn that way rather than a one size fits all. And we start trying to ram square pegs into round holes. So I again, but how much can we do with the money that's available?
That's the only issue,
and that's it. And I think in an ideal world, if money wasn't optional, we'd have all these great ideas, and they probably would work, but everything has to balance the books.
Yeah.
And we're finding out even more over the next couple of months, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the mainstream schools, I think that needs a massive reform. Huge.
Even just for the actual neurotypical kids.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Oh,
just for the typical kids, like the pressure that they go through and that I went through for shit that I didn't care about and I was never going to use. We talked about that with Jessie as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of changes that need to be made in mainstream schools. And I think that would help a lot of the less profound autistic and ADHD kids, because I think a lot of what they struggle with isn't necessarily the social aspect of being at school, but it's that they're trying to be forced down this very, typical route of teaching that they've been doing since
Victorian times.
Exactly, to get everybody into the workplace.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't so rigid across the board, neurotypical and diverse, if it wasn't so rigid, I think everybody would do better.
Yeah, and there's I'm trying to think back to when I was at school. It was kind of that expectation, or your GCSEs. It was like a fear of taking my GCSE. I don't think I've ever done an exam or set of exams that shit me up so much as the GCSEs. The expectation, fear that your life is riding on a set of exam results, and that's the way teachers made it sound to us to try and make us revise.
I think they still kind of do. Not all of them, but
this will dictate the rest of your life. You will either exceed or you'll just be an absolute plonker for the rest of your life. And that pressure, and then going, right, I need to get this in history, I need to get this in geography, I need to get this in French. And it's all kind of, it's very academic. And then you kind of think, well, what about the kids that, aren't really interested in history, but then you give them something practical to do, like all right, here's an actual problem. Can you fix it? Like engineering, plumbing, everything else like that. And you've got kids there who just go, bang, I can do that. I can't even tell you what period the Tudors were in or anything like that.
No.
Give me a practical problem like that, and
exactly.
I'll smash it.
I know what I find more valuable.
Yeah.
If I had to do a job interview,
yeah,
and I had 2 people, I know who I'd take.
Yeah.
But it's and the thing is, the pressure's top down, isn't it? The teachers are under pressure from the governors. Like,
there's the Ofsted and the leagues and everything else like that. We need to get a certain thing. So I totally get that. I've just
What's
seen
this one?
We've got to be careful here, haven't we?
I don't know. Who's it about? Is it
Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah. That's why I said here. I had a feeling.
Do you have any thoughts on the American system of level 1, 2, and 3 when it comes to autism, and whether adopting that here could be a benefit?
I quite like it personally.
Okay.
I quite like it just because I like it because Thomas fits squarely into one of those levels, right?
Yeah.
And it's easy for me if somebody says, "Tell me about Thomas."
Yeah.
I don't have to go through all the things he can't do.
Oh, so you don't have to reel off the list. He's non-verbal. He
exactly.
does this.
I can just say he is in this category.
Yeah.
That I like. I don't know what that would be like for an autistic adult to then explain themselves as I'm level 2 autistic or I'm level 1 autistic. I don't know. Some people might like that they can again say that.
Yeah.
Now leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Because that would explain it. I don't know.
It's once you're categorized though.
Yeah.
You are labeled for pretty much the rest of your life, aren't you? So even if you go, I'm actually a level 2 autistic or even just level 1.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah, and actually, it could be like if you're which way around is it? Level 1 is the bottom.
I don't know. Is level 3 like the severe one?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
So let's say you're level 1.
Yeah.
Did people then go, oh well, you're fine then?
Yeah, you're not really autistic.
You're not really. Yeah, exactly.
Stop faking it.
Well, yeah, you're fine. You're only level 1. You'll be fine.
That'd be the person on TikTok just speaking on behalf of everybody. It's a difficult. I don't know because I get why we don't do it here because like you have a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old and you go right, they're level 2 autistic.
Yeah,
it's like right. You just like categorize that kid straight away.
Yeah,
and like I know in this country we don't do it because we know the way kids develop and learn. It's different, and they can come on leaps and bounds for a couple of years and push themselves, like surprise everybody and come forward. Suddenly they're speaking, and like they're actually verbal now and communicating. So, do we now knock them up one position?
Do they move levels?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And then like are the kids that regress backwards and we put them down? Or are we just setting ourselves up for?
Yeah, I've never really thought about it until in the messages speaking to, and this is the other thing that makes it very convenient is that I've had conversations with people in like the chat from America, and when they say, "Hi, I've got a little boy, he's level 3 autistic," I'm like, cool. Straight away, I'm like, okay, I kind of see where you're at. It's convenience.
Yeah,
I think that might be part of it.
Easier to explain to those outsiders. Yeah,
and a parent that's talking to me and they're trying to explain the situation, and they can just without going in and writing reams and reams of exactly what the situation is, and then go, he's level 3 autistic. I can kind of get an understanding quite quickly of where they're at. So there's kind of benefits like that, but that's for me. I'm not autistic, or at least if I am, I'm not. I'm level 1.
You're level 1.
Level 1.
Completed.
But whether I can't, I don't know what that would feel like as someone who is autistic being labelled as that. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder about Thomas as an adult.
Yeah, would you want to be labelled?
Would you want to be labelled as level 3 autistic? I'm assuming he's level 3. Does it go up to level 10?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. We'll see what Trump says. But yeah, or is it easier for certain kids just to go? Because they're very kind of practical and black and white, just go.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this is quite binary. Yes, I'm level 3, and not think anything of it or whatever.
Some people would quite like the label.
Yeah.
Some people would.
That's a topic for another day, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
There's definitely some that would be like,
we
they'd
all
be disappointed if they didn't get level 3.
yeah, they kind of work the system to get level 3, or just so they can justify everything. We all know a few people that have been diagnosed with ADHD that probably go down that route. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, somebody else coming in from America. What do we make of the?
Oh, here we go.
The Trump and Mr. R. Is it RFK?
RFK, Robert F. Kennedy. Ooh.
Yeah, we will announce one of the key causes of autism in September. And we're in September now.
Right.
And what did he call it? Horrendous or devastating, the illness or something like that. I can't remember his words.
Yeah,
but,
I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, it went down well with lots of...
Right. So...
What's your take on it?
My take is, if there is something in the water...
It could be in the water.
That's because it could be in the water.
Fluoride.
Could be in your food. If there's something that's causing children and adults to develop autism, proven, right? Let's just, right wing, left wing. Let's just assume
if they come out
centrist point of view that can prove.
Yep.
There's proven evidence that there is something in the water or somewhere else that causes autism. I think it's a great thing to tell the world.
Yeah.
Right? If it's in a vaccine and it suddenly is proven that a certain vaccine is, I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's fine. I don't think it is. I think there might be something causing increased rates.
I think we said in the past, we had an episode on it, didn't we? And we were like, at the moment, we're not buying all this fucking scaremongering and everything else. People going, it's in the vaccine. And we were like, look,
show us the evidence.
We're open-minded, right? At the moment, the major studies and the ones that are peer-reviewed and backed said, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we're one side or the other.
No.
That side, at the moment, the evidence here says this. And we said to everybody, get us some evidence that says that or contradicts that and says, actually, we've pinpointed it. It's fucking McDonald's hamburgers.
It's like being agnostic about religion, isn't it? You're being agnostic. Essentially, you're saying, I'm not saying there isn't a God. Yeah. I'm saying I don't believe there is because I haven't seen the evidence. Yeah. So I don't believe vaccines cause autism.
But if you
because I don't have any evidence that it does. In fact, I have evidence to the contrary. But if you provide evidence to show that it does, and it weighs more heavily than the other evidence, okay.
I don't believe in ghosts until I see a ghost.
Show the evidence. Yeah. So if RFK Jr. and Trump have evidence, then great.
Release
show
it. Let us know. Yeah, absolutely. I had a cynical viewpoint on it as well. I touched upon it before we started recording. They make obviously there's a big point in the 70s. It's like 1 in 10,000. Now it's down to 1 in 33.
Yeah.
Children have
1 in 19 and a half or something.
Yeah, something like that. Have autism. Part of me was like, well, Trump is all about the art of the deal, isn't it? And not making money, but making a country more successful. And that does involve money, doesn't it? Is if we can pinpoint it and blame it on a pharmaceutical company, we can then shift our responsibility as a state, as a government, federal government, and say, you now must cover the costs of educating, bringing up these children, not the government. So it's almost like part of me is like, wait a minute, we've got a bit of a smoke here. We just need to make the fire. We know what we want. Let's try and make this matter. Like when
work backwards.
Like the 1960s coppers could be like, oh, we think you did it. We'll just find some evidence that makes it clear that you did it, even if
planting it essentially.
Basically. So until we know what they're going to release, it's.
I'm kind of excited.
I'm
a little bit like, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
He seems so sure.
He seems very confident.
Yeah.
Very confident.
Which is interesting. It's not like there might be something.
Mm.
I have a feeling there is. I'm going to find out. I mean, this time last year, in fact, it wasn't even about 9 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, was it
It was
January?
God, was
yeah,
it? Yeah, it could have been. Where it was. I mean, that's when he did that thing when he talked about autistic people not being able to pay taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
great choice of words there.
Yeah,
RFK.
The pharmaceutical companies will cover that now.
They will, exactly. Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, he was dead certain then.
Which makes me think, like, has the evidence, again, there were so many different scenarios, has the evidence always been there? And they just go, whatever you do, don't fucking release this, otherwise everyone's going to go nuts.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, right?
Because we need kids to be vaccinated because of, polio, chicken, all this sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Here. We must, otherwise we'll scare people
100%.
not to do it, and then we're going to open up more fucking expenditure in healthcare.
I think that's the worst case scenario. Yeah.
We've sat on it for like 15, 20
years. Worst case
scenario
is that they've sat on it, but they've sat on it because they know that the risk of autism is far less than the risk of all of these diseases. That these vaccines do stop becoming epidemics again.
That would put pressure on the healthcare system and everything else like that. And it's like balancing. You've got the books. Is it worse to be fucking paying out $1 billion a year to cover this? And these are just figures I'm making up. Obviously, it could be considerably more. Is it worse to be paying out $1 billion to cover autistic kids?
Yeah.
Or paying out $15 billion to cover everything else that's going to happen if people don't have vaccines?
Exactly.
And it's like, it's a lesser of two evils.
Well, the thing is that
we'll go that way.
They're immune to having to pay anything out for vaccines, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. Unless they just go...
Pharmaceutical companies don't have to pay a penny. They can't be sued for vaccines.
Unless they then go, well, we're changing contracts and who gets deals. So you make the decision as to whether it's worth covering costs or this. But yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what comes out. I don't think it's going to be vaccines, to be honest.
You think it's going to be something else, do you?
I think it's going to be something more like
in the environment or genetic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. I think it's going to be more like things that the FDA have just let. Because, like, the thing is, we're getting really conspiratorial now, but this is a fact. People that used to be in the FDA end up being in very high positions in pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
And that repeatedly happens.
Yeah.
Which makes you think, are they having conversations with people when they're high up at the FDA? Let this slide.
Yeah.
And you've got a job when,
you've got a cushy number for the rest of your life.
Now, that has been happening. They have been getting these positions. Now, we don't know why. They might just be like, listen, you're really good at your job at the FDA. We'd like to employ you here.
You know the regulations, procedures. It'd be great to have you on as an expert.
So, it's a little bit like that. Is it Red Dye 40?
Yeah.
Red Dye. I mean, it's odd that as soon as RFK got his position after Trump came in and he said, I'm going to the FDA, there's things like Red Day 40 that I am going to get removed. And they removed it sharpish.
Yeah.
And this was before he made them. And it's been in circulation for years and years and years, and then they pulled it.
Which is crazy, isn't it? Because there's certain things in America that they just can't ship to the EU.
Yeah, they've
because
got
of regulations.
The ingredients list on the back of like 2 of the same product in America.
Oh,
the list is as long as your arm.
Yeah,
because it's just full of shit.
Stabilizes everything else like that.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're going to say. I'm not a Trump fan, but I mean, even listening to Trump, listening to Trump, it's just like shut the fuck up. Like the way he talks, he's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just, but yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Have you got any more questions?
I think
you ended on the most controversial one.
I think it's good to end on the most controversial one. And yeah, I'm fairly certain we'll probably do an episode when he announces it.
Actually, that's a good shout. I'll tell you what I do want to do an episode on as well. Have you watched the telepathy tapes yet?
I've watched half of it. Yeah.
How the fuck did you watch half of it? I was glued.
Oh, just life got in the way.
Mate, so you watched half of it, so genuinely, what was your like initial...
I think there's something in it.
Yeah.
I think...
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. No, look.
It's weird, isn't it?
We don't know everything about the human brain. We don't know everything about communication and everything else like that. But they're obviously not... They're not faked. It's not like a
No.
a TV series.
I mean, they took TVs down, they took mirrors off the wall, so there's nothing reflective.
And to have the repeated success rate.
It was like 90. It was like the 95th percentile or something, or 98th. It was well high.
Even Uri Geller would be impressed with this sort of stuff here. But it was just phenomenal that. But it's bizarre, the human brain, and we can talk at a very simple level. But when you're like, someone hasn't texted me for ages, and they pop into your head, and 2 seconds later, like bang, and it's like, whoa, how's that happen? You go, wow, my God, that's amazing, and or somebody rings that you haven't spoke to for ages, but you were just thinking about them. So you just kind of think like they're so in tune with the people that are around them, and particularly like usually the parents or siblings. Does part of the brain go, well, we can't communicate that way. We have to now wire ourselves to communicate another way because we must communicate.
I think it might be something that animals have, and they still have, because they don't have the kind of vocalization that we have, and that we used to have it.
Well, you see it in certain pack animals, don't you?
I think it might be something that we used to have. But then when we started...
Because we just expect, because we communicate like this, everybody communicates, like every animal communicates like we communicate like this.
I think it's a part of the brain that's just, if you don't use it, you lose it. But for them... It's just something that develops, and it's still incredible. But
I'm going on a massive tangent here, but
they're my favourite.
We do love a tangent. Yeah, all the is it Area 51, all the aliens. And all that.
Fucking hell, mate! We are going down. We're going
on a massive one here. But it just popped into my.
This is good. It's dads. Most dads like this shit.
But like, I can't remember. I was listening to a program. Like everyone's like, yeah, these people from Area 51 that used to work there, and they're like, look. It's fucking real. Yeah, like it's real. Yeah, we had like various different aliens there. We kind of described them as greys and everything else like that. And they were like communicating with me, but it was telepathy. Yeah, like they didn't speak. No, but their thoughts were in my head. Yeah, and then somebody said, "Well, that's they're not aliens from another planet.
That's us in the future.
That's us in way in the future, where we've learnt then." Our brain that we don't need to use this. Yeah. We can just do it like this.
That's why their mouths are so small, aren't they? So and then, like evolution's made them get small.
I start going into this going like, oh my God, wow, they're actually not from another planet, they're from another dimension, but they've always been here and they're like, yeah, guys.
Mate, why aren't we talking about this shit? I fucking YouTube this shit all the time.
And then somebody, I was just reading the comments and somebody, this is why I'm going to try and link it back to us, because somebody goes, well, they mentioned, I think it was the telepathy tapes, and they were talking about autism going, well, actually, what we're finding out is the reason it's going down is autism is the evolution. Yeah.
People say that.
We are going to have more neurodivergent people coming about.
To be.
And moving in that sort of way. And I was like, oh my God, this is a proper interesting one. And then it got me onto something else, and it was like previous tribes like across the world, because autism has always been there. Yeah. But when they had like an individual that was autistic, they were kind of revered as kind of like
a shaman kind of.
Shaman that they were in touch with nature differently. Yeah. They were able to pick up things that the rest of the tribe wouldn't be able to pick up things.
Wow.
So they would.
That's interesting.
It was a proper, dark evening going through various things, but it's one of those where you start like, here's another suggested video because of what you watched.
I get that all the time on YouTube. But it's
and I was only looking at cake recipes, and then I'm down here. I was like, what on earth?
What I really like about the aliens being from the future bit is obviously the greys are like really spindly, aren't they? Yeah, tiny little mouths, no ears, but big black eyes. Yeah, the kind of eyes you'd need if you were underground. Yeah, so it's like the human race. The human race has evolved to the point of not eating normal food. Yeah. But being underground in the dark, possibly because we're all going to nuke ourselves at some point, and that's where we end up evolving into.
God,
mad, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Anyway, that was a tangent.
That is a tangent,
mate. Good and bad.
Good and bad. I think I've touched upon the bad. I think that's kind of Lydia's.
They're being a bit,
more anxious and everything else. In terms of the good, we're still getting little snippets of work. We had an issue with we have this like special fish oil that we give her. Yeah. And I think it comes from the States, and it does like, it's really good. But we noticed when she's not on it, there is a definite difference. And it came back in stock this week. We gave it to her 24 hours later. She was back to like mumbling words and trying to put syllables together. So she's still we still think she's trying. She's saying certain things, and I think was it yesterday or the day before, like she just went milk. Like, right, okay, let's get it. So yeah, it's still kind of these little snippets of language. I think is the kind of the big wins that we're getting at the moment. I think they're kind of the positives that we're trying to keep on. Yeah, otherwise, it's been a hard couple of weeks. Yeah, definitely. How about yourself?
Well, the good is he got his AAC device.
Amazing.
But he got it about 3 days after we just went and fucking bought one.
Not amazing.
So we were just like, it was the middle of the summer holidays and he was doing his spelling and we were like, oh, do you know what? Do we really want to wait? And we'd asked a few people in the community. And we were just like, I say we bought one. I had an iPad that I used for work. And I was like, he can have that. And we bought the app.
Yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law bought the app. And it's really good. Great. We're using it. And then I think it was about 2 days later, the speech language therapist sent an email. No, she rang.
Oh,
she rang. Bless her. She rang. Got some great news. AAC devices come through. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's just fucking wonderful news. So we've kind of got this other one as a backup now, so that if the one that's going to and from school,
anything happens to it,
we've got this as a backup.
Well, that's a good position to be in.
Exactly. So
in the sense that you have a spare.
It's there, and he's started using it now. Like he'll go to grab his book, and then he'll be like, "No, I'm going to use the device." Mish, well done, babe. Love you. She spent a lot of time getting the tiles. So what you can do with some of these devices is, rather than having the PEX pictures, if your kid doesn't understand those yet, you can import actual photos of the thing that they know.
Okay.
So it's got like the people folder, it's got all of us in there, pictures of us, and then like any of the food he likes, actual pictures of the food. And he's started going, I want, it sounds very rude on an AAC device. I want pancakes.
Does it sound like Stephen Hawkins?
Yeah, but what is the voices on it? Terrible.
Want pancakes.
I want pancakes. But what you can do is an AI called 11 Labs. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So 11,
shit.
The voices on 11 Labs. The voices on 11 Labs are insanely good.
I'd have him as Morgan Freeman.
Oh, mate, honestly. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Get busy living.
Oh, my God. Such a good idea.
Good morning, Mum.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
I'm so doing it. I didn't even think of that. So, yeah, you can link it with your 11 Labs account.
Yeah.
And pull any voices you got through on there. That makes me think, right, this is totally unrelated. Right, this is where, like, the left wing stuff blows my mind, right? I asked ChatGPT, this is totally off topic. I asked ChatGPT the other day to do a Jamaican accent. Right? Yeah. Did it, right? Jamaican accent. In fact, I couldn't stop it doing a Jamaican accent. At first, I thought it was funny. Yeah. Then I was like, yeah, all right, Chat, can you stop now? Just go back to your normal voice. Yeah. She was like, yeah, no problem, man. And I was like, you're still doing it though, aren't you? Then I was like testing it. I was like, Chat, are you doing an Indian accent? Oh, no, I can't do an Indian accent. That would just be too offensive. So I was like, cool. So you're okay doing Jamaican. But you're like, can you do a Scottish accent? Did Scottish, did Scottish, did Irish, did like Italian. I was like, can you do Indian? Oh, no. Can you do Chinese? No, I'm not doing a Chinese one. I was like, So the idea I was getting there was that it was trying not to be racist.
Yeah.
But what it was actually doing was being racist. Yeah. Because it was saying, no, I can take the piss out of these accents, but I can't take the piss out of those ones. Yeah. So it's just like, that's a bit odd. Anyway, that is off topic. The bad is that Thomas has gone back to playing with his shit.
Lydia's done something similar.
Yeah, well, Thomas has been, and again, this is like, yeah, right, it's funny and it's annoying and stuff, but if he's doing a poo in his nappy, he'll like push you away.
Yeah. So
it's interesting that there's like, automatically, like we're just born with a sense of privacy and kind of shame around, toileting and stuff. So like he'll always, like, if you're anywhere near him and you walk over and he pushes you away, it's like, oh, okay, he's doing a poo.
Yeah.
He'd basically got poo on his hands. I can't remember exactly what happened, but Mish was like, "Oh no, he's messing with his poo,"
quick,
and obviously it's like all hands on deck. But we could still smell it. We were like, "Where is it?" And Mish found that like he'd been basically hiding nuggets of shit.
Like a squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. He was burying them so we could come back to them later.
Oh.
But I think he was hiding it.
Well, out kind of shame.
I think he was
thing,
like, "Oh no!" I think he was hiding it because normally he wouldn't do stuff like that.
Is that because like when we go to change, go, "Oh, you've done a poo, you're dirty," and he's like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" And hide it. Oh dear.
Yeah, hiding it. Just and Mish just kept finding. She was like, "Oh my god, there's another one."
He wasn't going back to them.
No,
he was just like, "Oh god, I got to get rid of this."
These. Yeah. Interesting that there's like an automatic feeling of I need to hide this.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that just reminds me, actually, obviously Lydia's had her things with putting her hands in and smearing and just like liking the texture of it. Yesterday, and the day before, actually, she'd done a poo, and actually she'd walked out the room to find me and then grab my hands. I was like, oh, okay, let's just check your nappy. Oh, poo. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's a one-off. Yesterday she came out, found me, like to grab my hands. And I was like, let me just check again. Oh, another one.
Oh, mate, that's really good.
Yeah, I just remembered that. So maybe, they come in waves, don't they? Like you'll have a period where you just think, okay, we're getting something. But that was
that's really good.
That's good.
Communicating, I'm ready for you to change me.
So maybe we can hopefully be in the stage
and you
where
can incorporate a card into that.
Yeah.
So like you can incorporate a nappy card into that, and then she would bring you the nappy card.
Oh God,
that's like that'd be a good.
I have to get Mish on it again,
mate.
Thank you very much for the cards as well, Mish.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
Yeah, my wife she makes communication
absolute
cards.
legend.
But that would be a really good one, nappy. So
yeah,
you then walk into the house with her, grab the nappy card, and go, should we change a nappy?
Yeah, because at the moment we grab a nappy and show her. But it'd be great if there was a card.
Because that would be then something for her to then.
And she goes to us.
She'll go to you. Nappy,
here, have some communication.
Like,
Yes.
And if you find the one thing that she does it, the one thing that she wants to do it with, she'll then do it with everything. So if like say nappy works,
bottle of milk works,
bottle of milk,
crisp,
bottle of milk's probably a good one actually. When that works and you guys respond,
because I remember you saying with Thomas, like he did it once and he was like, wait a minute, this means that I communicate with you guys and I get what I want,
and it's almost like
bang,
I can boss these people around with cards.
Oh, that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, great. No, that sounds that's good.
So it's the poo thing. I saw it as a bad, but then the positive I took from it is that is there a stepping stone here somewhere? To just getting him to say a bit like Lydia looks like she's already doing. I want to change my nappy because he isn't doing that and he hasn't done it. So it's funny how like Thomas is 6, Lydia's what, nearly 5?
5 in Feb, 4.5.
Oh, she's 4.5. Yeah, but she's doing that.
Yeah.
And Thomas isn't doing that.
That's what I mean.
So it's
the different shades of grey on that.
Exactly.
Dulux thing,
exactly. That's
the
it.
different shades of grey.
That's it.
Awesome.
Mate, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's been good.
I enjoy them all actually, mate. It's like decompression.
It is for us. It's more therapy for us than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we just upload them and some people get something out of it. It's just a benefit, isn't it?
You're exactly right.
But it does help. It does help massively.
The next one, I haven't decided, or you haven't decided, we haven't decided. We might try and do it remotely to see.
We might try.
Do it remotely.
Yeah.
But
see what technical things happen with that. I'm sure
we'll have a go.
One of us.
It just means that we'll be able to do it from home and might even get the kid on.
See what happens.
Right, thank you, mate.
Pleasure,
guys. Don't forget. Let us know how your kid's week has been. Be good to know.
Awesome.
All right, mate. Nice one.
Have a good one.
Catch you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.